Pierre, right off the top, my friend, my new friend, congratulations, man. This is a lot of fun.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks, man. Really
Seriously, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I watched it with my mom, and we both just really enjoyed. I'm gonna break down the action here in a minute because I was surprised really how good, and it's hard to do that, in a film like this to really make you, unless you see the car chases, like with people. You're kind of like, what? But you brought it. So where did this begin for you? Because I want to point out directorial debut. So again, a round of applause for you. Where did this journey begin for you?
Well, it began more than 15 years ago now in France, and I was a traditional animator. And after a few years working in feature film and TV shows over there, I got the chance to come here and work for Dreamworks. Discovered 3D animation here as an animator. I think my very first movie was Monsters vs. Alien, and I was like literally a junior animator, not even being able to animate something, a shot in a good way. And then slowly, just got used to 3D, and I became a supervising animator, head of animation. I did some storyboarding, I did some character design. I just helped with some of the character creation and development on a lot of our movies, and got my share of movies that didn't get made. That's okay. And then ended up directing a short film called Bilby a few years ago, and got bit by the bug of what it is to direct, and loved it so much. And so after that, ended up being exposed to bad guys and kind of figuring out my own take on this movie, which pleased to Margie and Christine, there, the directors of the studio, and they just went for it and asked me if I wanted to direct it, and I was like, yeah, I want to direct it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what surprised you about the directorial experience? What did it live? And I know you've done some other things in the past, like you just explained, but this is a full feature film. Look at the cast that you have.
Yes.
Boom. Directorial, first movies, you don't get, big stars all the time. You did, and you're directing them, in voice roles. But what surprised you, or were there times where you kind of went, oh, what did I skip myself into, or what shocked you, I guess is what I'm asking.
Shocked me is I think the two biggest challenges that I had to face. Challenge is a big thing. Like, to me, it's more like learning experiences. It was the writing part of writing a film, even though I didn't write the film myself, but I was very involved into the whole script and then crafting that story, which is something I'd not really been exposed to, as an animator or visual. I'm more from the visual, storyboarding and animation, so all that pipeline I knew really well. But the front end, writing and guiding or directing actors, that was pretty new, and just I had to adapt to it. The first day that Sam, again, like you said, you get gifted some of the greatest talents, to work on your movie, and especially in terms of voice casting, it was just incredible to have a cast like this. And then you're here to direct Sam Rockwell, and I kind of like to make that joke where the first day he comes on the sound recording booth, and he's like, oh, I just finished shooting with Clint Eastwood. It was, I think, in Richard Jewell. And I was like, dude, don't say that to me. I just do my first movie, just come from Clint Eastwood. Like, the pressure was so high for me. But turns out, Sam and everybody else, they are such great guys, and we ended up like figuring out a footing and just working together, and they're just amazing, just so sweet. It really is a human adventure, and really trying to understand their craft and just guide them through what we're doing, and it was great. But it's true that at first I had to figure out how do I guide these talents, So that was a big one. That was a big one for sure. Yeah.
I've spent time with Sam Rockwell. He really is a great guy.
Oh my God.
I had to work with him. I never worked with him, but I've just, spoken with him. And every time I've been with him, he's just, you're right. He's amazing, but he's a big star. Tell me what makes this perfect for families.
Well, I think for me, for families, what's fantastic about this movie, and what we kind of wanted to do from the beginning, is like, first of all, have a different layers to it. It was not supposed to be just a young kids film. It was never meant to be talking down to the children. It has great themes, but also it really just adults will find their their little gems in there, like whether it's a reference for all these movies we're kind of homaging, or like witty dialogue, and kids would also find exactly what they like. First of all, like a big book series that they love, but also an interpretation on that book series of what those characters can move like, or be like, or look like on screen, and tons of fun physical comedy and incredible action scenes. So to me, that just makes it for the perfect kind of experience for a family, while also giving you a little bit of something more than what we usually see in animation, traditional animation. It's like there's a bit of that edge, that we were looking for, and a bit of a gateway into those heist films for younger kids, younger audiences.
Pierre, I love your energy. I love your enthusiasm. I like you, dude. I could spend another hour with you, man. I can't wait till we talk again. Seriously. You're cool, dude, and I really appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
Today. Thanks, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Seriously, bro. Take care, man.